In the last episode, I said something that probably stuck. Startups don't break at the stages of the product life cycle. They break at the links between them. And I left you with a name for the fix: digital thread. A lot of people knock at that phrase, but have no idea what it actually means. So today, no buzzwords. I'm going to show you the digital thread by following one single change through your whole company, and you'll see exactly where it usually gets lost.
Swing, digital transformation time. Digital transformation time.
Let's define it in one sentence, plainly. The digital threads is the connected trail that lets you answer two questions about anything in your product at any time. Why does this exist, and can we reproduce it? That's it. Not a platform, not a product you buy. A trail of connected records: requirement, design, change, approval, baseline, evidence, linked so tightly that you can walk from any point to any other. Most companies have all of those records. What they don't have is the links. They have the dots. The thread is the line through the dots. Here's our story. An engineer needs to change a bracket, a small mounting part. Tiny change. Happens 100 times a week in any hardware company. Let's follow that one change through the life cycle and watch what a digital thread does versus what most teams actually do. I'll show you both versions side by side. Version A, no thread. The engineer makes the change in the CAD model. Good. They mention it to the manufacturing lead in a quick call. Approved verbally. The drawing gets reissued, but the requirement it traces back to never gets updated because nobody owns the link. The shop floor gets the new drawing, but an older kit is already staged, so someone makes a judgment call on the line. The part works. The aircraft, or the machine, or the device ships. Everyone moves on. Now fast forward 6 months. An auditor, or a new site, or a customer asks a simple question: why is this bracket different from the spec? And you go looking. The CAD has the change, the drawing has the change, but the requirement still shows the old version. The approval was a phone call nobody logged. And the person who made the call on the shop floor has left. Every dot exists. Not one of them is linked. You cannot reconstruct the truth. That is a control problem, and in regulated context, it can stop a certification code. Version B. Same change, but the links are explicit. The engineer raises the change as a record, not a conversation. That record is linked to the requirement it affects, so the requirement updates or visibly flags that it needs review. The approval is captured with the owner, a timestamp, and a reason, not a hallway node. The new baseline is issued, and production consumes that baseline, so the stage kit is flagged as out of date automatically. 6 months later, the auditor asks the same question, and you answer it in 30 seconds, because you can walk the thread: requirement, change, approval, baseline, build. Why does it exist? And can we reproduce it? Yes. Notice what changed. Not the amount of work. The engineers still made one change. What changed is that the links were captured as the work happened, instead of being reconstructed in a panic later. That's the whole game. The thread isn't extra work bolted on. It's the same work, captured, connected. If you want the rigorous version of it, the reference I'd point you to is Abdel Atti and Nigri. They did a systematic review conceptualizing the digital thread across the product lifecycle: the technologies, the roles, the infrastructure. It's the clearest map I've seen of what this actually requires. I'm giving you the plain language version. They give you the full terrain. Links in the description. Now the honest part. The fastest way to kill a digital thread is to try to connect everything on day one. Teams hear this and go build a cathedral. Every field linked to every other field, approvals on trivial changes, a process so heavy that engineers route around it. And the moment people route around your thread, it's worthless, because the thread is only as true as the behavior it captures. So now you know what the thread is and which links to protect first. The obvious next question is, how do you actually draw this for your own company without spending 3 weeks on it? In the next episode, I'll do exactly that. I'll take a fictional hardware startup and build its lifecycle map. And I'll show you how an AI agent can turn a pile of messy documents into a first draft map in under an hour. That's where the abstract becomes a tool you can use on Monday. Recap. The digital thread is just the line through the dots, the connected trail that answers why does this exist and can we reproduce it. Without it, every record can exist and you still can't reconstruct the truth. With it, the same work is simply captured, connected. And you don't thread everything. You thread what hurts when it breaks. If this made the term finally click, subscribe, because the next one turns it into something you can actually do. And in the comments, in your version A story, where does your change get lost? Is it the approval, the requirement, or the baseline? I read this, and they shape what I cover next.
Swing. Digital transformation time. Digital transformation time.